Hey everybody, Bugsy No Name here. Yeah, doing two versions of one of the video I just did a few minutes ago. But as myself and not as my characters. And yeah, we about to throw some solid critiques at Double Zeta Breaker. Actual critiques. We ain't gonna be like Oberon and, lose our shit just because, blah blah blah. Because we're adults. We're all adults. And form our opinions in very we can form our opinions in a very respectful way. Okay, Double Zeta Breaker. I feel like you are going to subvert this somehow, but honestly, you need to stop using Seto for everything. I mean, and if you gotta have if you're gonna have the Tenchi characters show up, it can't just be Seto. It can't just be Tokimi. It can't just be Washu. Like show Ryoko, show show Sasami and Aika more. Show them that they actually, like I've been saying, show them that they actually like don't really condone what Seto does. Because there has been actual proof of that in the actual series. It's like I mean, I just don't like them being the bad guys all the time. And to be honest, Washu and the others, Washu being a bad guy is kind of getting, Washu, Washu being a bad guy is kind of, because, she wouldn't really care about ruling the universe because, she's like, nah, that just freaking cuts into me making more inventions. I'm not trying to say, like, what you're doing is wrong, but you gotta stop all this repetition. And, like, and the thing about Black Bomber being a simp, I literally, the one thing I have to say about that is, um, like, I know that Jorians are polygamous, so he's pretty much, with, and I say that with air quotes, he's with Tokimi and, like, he's with Tokimi and Seto, right? But in the last two arcs, all I've seen him really do is just sell his friends out for like, you know, for sexual favors via Washu, and it's just. I mean, I'm not saying that Washu ain't perverted. Let me just tell you that now. I mean, there's a reason why people look at that one scene where she's like, "Let's shake the dew off of this lily, shall we?" We all know what she was doing. We all know what she was doing to Tenchi where Mahochi joined it, where Mahochi jumped in. I don't have to say it. We all know. But the simple fact of the matter is, Double Zeta Breaker, what I really like is you focusing on other characters other than Demoman and Seto. What I actually enjoy is that you're actually giving Heavy more time to actually, develop as a character. That's what I like. You should do more of that. I mean, if you want to have Demoman and Seto fight in the backgrounds for the umpteenth time, go right ahead. But, like, let's focus on some other characters. They'll get screen time. Let's focus on Luminaria. Let's focus on, like, I don't want you to focus on Spy, but if you want to, go right ahead. I want, and another thing, I just want Spy to be called out on his blatant, like, his blatant dry racism, and him getting banished for one universe. Like Demoman literally coming up to him and saying, "Lad, what you said to Mahoshi was not cool. I get that she's clumsy, mate. I get that she's clumsy, mate, but she doesn't do it to be malicious. Sure, we have problems with Seto, but not every Jiraiya needs to burn just because she exists. So yes, for now, lad, you are here, exiled from the Octovania until you can see the error of your ways. You know, and then like Spike gets mad, leaves, say he's gonna come back for revenge. And then we have an old school like Demoman fighting against evil, or fighting against one of his friends, but fighting against evil. And yes, one person in my summarized video did say this is like a soap opera, but honestly, I gotta dig it that way. I think that's the whole reason I keep coming back. I just think, like, we need to just have an arc where they're all just chilling. You know? Just chilling. They're having this nation, they're making policies, they're chilling, having fun, they're doing what they love to do, and they're hanging out. You know, that kind of stuff. Because all we've had for the last few arcs is just all we have for the last few arcs was nothing but action. And don't get me wrong, you do a pretty good action scene very well. I'm not saying you don't. But I think it's about time for you to just kind of, after this, give. What you really need to do is just give Seto and Demoman a rest. You've done everything you can with them. You don't want them to make, you don't want them to make up in your story and be all cool, but begrudgingly be cool because they know that fighting like this all the time is just gonna cause more shit. You know, you could do that, but but if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But I just think you should focus on other characters instead. You should keep focusing on other characters. You did that with Gomamon. I just want you to do that with the other Red Team members, because before this current arc that we're on, the others had no agency really. They just went along with whatever Demoman wanted to do. You know, even when Demoman was corrupted by the Betaverse, none of sure, he gets his comeuppance by Lumeria in the end after what he did, but we ain't seen none of the red team members go like, Demoman, you're going too far. You know, and one of them actually maybe performed like a coup on them. And now, the one thing I like about it is that they all have agency, and they're like, fuck, we don't want Demoman to constantly keep on doing this, because we know what's going to happen next. They wanted, they actually have agency. They're actually characters again. It's not just the Demoman show anymore. It's not the Demoman, Gomamon, and Black Bomber show. To me, with Black Bomber, I don't hate him. Okay, hold up. I don't hate Black Bomber for getting with Seto. I think that's kind of actually funny. The one person that gets a kick out of Seto's, gets a kick out of Seto's body of work. He has a kid. I just wish it, the thing about Kuro is that you are developing Black Bomber as a dad. And I applaud that. But then you turn around and he's like, oh, well, Tokimi, well, I gotta go wash you, and she's gotta go help me go fix a flat if you catch my drift. It's, I don't know whether that's Universe Beta, but Black Bomber is solely focused. He'll have his fatherly moments, but sometimes he's just solely focused on his own lust. That's okay. I've made characters like that, but you gotta have something else that grounds them. You can't just be like, you can't just be, oh yeah, isn't it funny that Black Bomber slowly wants to get down and dirty? And I kind of got a little irritated with like every freaking heavy. You know, even though he's distressed, he's literally just talking about, oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Settle, just freaking, yo, all the sexual references and shit. I'm just sitting here going like, man, Heavy's dealing with some shit, and you're just like having him just spout out all this sexual stuff that like freaking Black Bomber does to Settle. And I'm just saying, it's funny, but it's like a serious moment, punctuated. It's a serious moment, punctuated. It's a serious moment, punctuated by like the death of Heavy's team. It's like you just kind of snuck that in there for levity, but it really wasn't for levity. It just kind of annoyed because we had to deal with like universe beta stuff for freaking, where freaking Black Bomber was like the fucking King Mac daddy of like all these different chicks. You know, I kind of got tired of the sexual references, and even for me, who does pervy humor, even I was like, oh, maybe we should just chill out a little bit. I'm just saying, there should be something more we should do with Black Bomber. Show more of Black Bomber being a dad instead of him, getting his rocks off. We need to see more of that than him just going like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go visit Washu. Oh yeah, let me go to Tokimi. Like, I get it, that's where the humor lies, but you've been relying on that too much. And that's coming from me. I basically made Scourge pervy. But the thing is, I have other things that ground him. He's not only a perv, he's a good uncle and a very awesome, like, adoptive brother who does care and want to help. He does want to help people. But, Black Bomber is just like, sensible 1 minute. I'm sensible 1 minute and very, very, very riled up. Very, very, very charged up the next. You know? And I'm not saying that Black Bomber can't be sexual. I'm not saying he can't be that. I'm just saying it's better that Black Bomber just, honest to God, just kind of tones it down for a bit. Because we got a little too much of that in a few other arcs. You know? I don't know if you have this vendetta against the Tenchi cast or whatever, but I don't know. Like, show Tenchi for once. If you didn't know this, OVA3 Tenchi kind of had godlike power. But yet, he's always getting killed off along with the others off screen. You know? And I really do feel like Devilman would hang out with the Tenchi cast and not actually want to kill them. Because again, you make it so like Devilman just hates like every Tenchi Muyo character when all he really needs to be hating is Seto. But you always have him switch the focus on the other characters who don't really do nothing and who aren't really in the story. They're always getting killed off screen when I know that Tenchi would have probably been fighting to the end. He ain't the same character from the second season. Like it or not, OVA 3 happened, and I just got to deal with that. And I'm not trying to say that you're a bad writer. No, you captivated us all with a lot of what you were doing. And I'm not hating you for that. I actually applaud it. But if you keep on going the way you are going, everything's going to be kind of stale, man. You keep on having Seto and Demo Man fight. You keep on going to the next universe. Like how about in this one they stay in this universe, or the next universe we stay in that universe and watch things progress. You know, don't have Gomon or any of the other characters go, hey, this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Show those things. Show us how the world progresses after these conflicts. Show us the aftermath of these conflicts. And how these characters are dealing with their conflict. How they're dealing with the aftermath. Give us something like that. Unlike Oberon, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "You're wrong." Oh my God, no. But I have but one of the people on my comments for my summarization video, we just want you to do your best. We want you to do. Excuse me. My dog is crying. Give me a moment. Anyways, we all want to see you do better. We all want to see you thrive and do better, Make those stories even better than you have making them. I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, you're talentless and all this other stuff. Nah, I want you to do better, I want you to make stories that are so fucking amazing. But you can't keep doing that if you keep going back to the same old tricks. Because it's like a magician who basically has done the same trick twice and in the exact same town. We already know everything behind all these tricks. We know what's up. I just think you need to come up with some new tricks. Some stuff that will really get us excited. That's what you need to do. And I think if you go about it that way, maybe, sorry, that's my sister's dog you're hearing. If you go about it that way, maybe the next arc could be something truly spectacular. You don't have to listen to my critiques if you don't want to. I'm not expecting you to. But I think if you do, it might push you in the right direction. Because a lot of people are getting real sick of the repetition. Black Bomber constantly being a simp for Seto and just letting things slide because he's getting all the sexual favors. And a lot of people are just fatigued with Seto and Demo Man just constantly slugging it out. And Seto constantly being the winner. I don't think Demo Man winning would actually even fix that either. I think Demo Man actually just kind of going, he's gone too far. Maybe turns himself in. Maybe having Spy as the next villain because he thinks that Demo Man is too weak. Because he didn't do what he should have done to those Giants. Maybe that would have been better. And if you stay in this universe, right? Writing wise, if you stay in this universe, it would make more sense. You know? So then things can progress. But, it's totally up to you. This is your story. I'm not telling you how to do. I'm not telling you how to write. I'm just telling you that it'd be a better idea. Bugsy No Name. Bugsy No Name. Out.